Check this out, boys. We got the Herald rocking the Tech Marine, and the same Dead Marine playing as the Chaos Lord on Fen Dunlock. Fen Dunlock. This is another map I have never cast in 1v1. I don't even think I've ever played on Fen Dunlock in 1v1. So let's have a look at the VP situation here. So, contested power in the mid, you've got some natural, but not quite so natural wrecks in the mid. In fact, wow, all the requisition on this map is centered around this sort of central area here. That's kind of wild. Wow, 5 wreck points surrounding this contested power. That is interesting, I like that. And you've got a slightly less safe power on the right side, it appears. No, actually, the base is slightly skewed from the middle, which is rather weird. You think the base will be here? It's not, it's over here. So this looks like your natural power. Yeah, I guess that. No, wait. Oh my god. It's so confusing. I don't know, I guess the powers are both like equally natural. Not sure. I don't know if it's even asymmetrical. This power for some reason seems like it's further away from the base, but maybe not. Anyway, let's get onto the combat, shall we? So, well, Tech Marine, you know, Chaos Lord's just charging him right at the start, tying him up in melee. Not a whole lot he can do about that. Why do these Tactical Marines look so much like Scouts? That's very strange. Weird colour scheme. Yeah, Tech Marine's just got to backpedal for a bit. Unfortunately, Scouts getting caught by some heretics here. Are they going to get wiped? Wow, they bleed 2 models. That is not good. That's not a good start. Herald, come on, man. Come on, Herald. You got this, brother. You knew what you were signing up for when you seen that Chaos Lord. He was going to bum rush your ass with a whole lot of melee. That's what the Chaos Lord does. So yeah, early on it's going to be tough. You do just literally get overwhelmed by melee, since you need like 2 squads to shoot the damn Chaos Lord. And even then, he ends up getting into melee. By the time you force him off, well, the rest of your squads are now tied up by more melee. But eventually, I think things can turn around. I think in this matchup, double shotgun scouts with Sergeant and double tacs along with bionics on the Tech Marine is very effective. Very effective. But we'll see what's going to happen. Obviously, so far we're getting the double scouts. Sorry, wow, no we're not. So far we're not getting the double scouts, we're getting double tacs. But that's fine, you can still get the double scouts afterwards. Seems like quite a big map, this one. Good old Fen Dunlock. I wonder if there's any turret cheese you can do. Doesn't look like there's too much. Really needs to capture that wreck point. Bit of an excessive retreat there from the Herald. Could have easily took that garrison there. There's no anti-garrison yet. And honestly, if you make the heretics get grenade launchers, that would be so good right now. And he has the counter with the double tax. But no, instead the same Dead Marine is just going to keep his heretics nice and default. I mean, he's getting a lot of value out of them. Given that they're the cheapest unit in the game, they've put in insane value so far. And he's going to be rushing Raptors, which will obviously punish the double tactical Marine blob. Going to have to see some shotgun scouts coming out to try and deal with that. Now, Herald could get the ASM, but I think that would be a bit of a trap, given that he is the Tech Marine and he can't really support them very well. Certainly not in Tier 1. And, you know, he can get bionics and disrupt the Raptors. Oh, and Devastators? I feel like that is the worst choice possible. Okay, Raptors are moving up now. Perhaps when Herald sees the Raptors, he will cancel his Devastator squad choice. Because he's already getting overwhelmed in melee, look at this. And yes, if you are getting overwhelmed in melee, you can get the Devastators to try and dissuade the melee from moving in, but if the enemy has Raptors, it's not going to work. And he doesn't cancel it, so... Look, this game is looking horrendous for Herald right now, but I obviously picked a game that went on for quite a while, so... I don't know, somehow the Herald must survive this Tier 1, but right now this Tier 1 is looking brutal for him. Absolutely brutal. He's already down over 100 VPs. He's losing out massively in terms of the map control. We're gonna have... Okay, we've got 1 requisition point owned by the Herald, and we've got 3 currently owned by the same Dead Marine. And the same Dead Marine has dropped down triple gens, and the Herald only has 1 gen over here. He does have this node, which basically counts as another gen. So really it's 3 gens versus 2 right now, since same Dead Marine hasn't actually caught this PowerPoint. But Look, every single metric right now is favouring same dead Marine, so I don't really know how Herald wriggles his way out of this one. He does have some shotguns right now, but I would be getting the combi bolter on the Chaos Lord if I was the dead Marine. Put on a bit of pressure not only onto those shotgun scouts, but onto basically all of Herald's forces right now, since he has gone literally 100% ranged. And yeah, these shotgun scouts just retreat instantly. They get their shotgun blast off, then they're out of there. It just seems so cost ineffective, to be honest with you. There you go, same dead Marine, not really a fool. He's already beating the range block by just charging in head first, so he preserves his raptor jump, doesn't feel pressured, I suppose, into using it early just to deal with the kiting tactical space marines. And so the soft retreat into the dev's firing arc is completely ineffective as the raptors jump that dev squad and force them off promptly. Dark Halo seen on the Chaos Lord, and Harness of Rage. I really like this choice. The Chaos Lord is putting in some crazy amounts of work right now, and why not make him do that even more? Make him even tankier. Pretty huge natural HP regen buffs actually with this war gear. 2.5 HP regen is amazing, especially on a melee hero. But then of course you get the nice 150 max HP, and you also start regenerating energy every time you hit an opponent. But not only do you regenerate energy, which then can fuel your Dark Halo, but you also regenerate energy to nearby allied troops, which basically is going to be farming more jumps for those beautiful raptors. It's a great synergy. I really like the build. And I think Herald fighting this build is at a massive disadvantage, and you see that in the map control. Like, I don't know what happens here. I'm praying to God that there isn't a soundbook and Herald just played it out and it went on the ladder for that reason. But right now, this game looks bad. That said, both players are going into tier 2 at nearly identical timings, so hey, maybe Herald can make some godly play in tier 2 and turn this thing around, but right now it's rough. 250 VPs, very nearly, down for the Herald. And the same dead Marine has lost 1 VP out of 500. This is going to be a tough comeback. Let's see what happens. Perhaps a little bit hyper-aggressive from the same dead Marine there, because he putting on all this pressure with his melee spammer, but he never actually caught that rather natural looking power node next to his base. You know, it's not a huge amount of income, but the game's been going on a good few minutes now. It would definitely have added up. An extra 40 or so in power would be handy. Be handy. You noted that even more. Nearly double in fact. So attacks are actually going to take the natural VP of Marine, and that is for the first time in a long time going to beat the VP sticking down for Marine instead this time. So Herald gets a little bit of reprieve. He's actually going in for a bit of a gen bash. Marine very, very outpositioned here, and he's going for a 100% melee build. Wow, how cornet. So Mac of Corn coming down with the CSM. They are basically now Corn Berserkers with their chain axes. And both the Raptors getting some aspiring champions. This is a brutal situation here for Herald, and I think he needs to promptly get out of there. Now, it would be great for him if he can bait out these Raptor jumps, which actually it looks like he already has. And I don't know if that was intentional, but that shotgun blast was friggin' beautiful. Just knocked over 3 entire units with a single shotgun blast. So right now, the Raptors are kind of just hanging around, waiting for a long time, because they need to regenerate energy to be able to jump again. I don't know why that Raptor there jumped onto the shotgun scouts when it was quite obvious there was a turret. Obviously, Marine knew about that because he had his Chaos Lord meleeing the turret, so I find this very strange. And this push is going not so great for Marine. I guess this is where the combat comes from. Questionable positioning though from Herald there with the Devastators, and he failed to focus fire the Raptors with the Devastators, even though they worsened the firing arc. Shooting instead at something way at the back, like the KCSM that were already suppressed by the turret. So yeah, interesting choices. Raptors are quite weak here, but and again, Shotgun Scouts don't really do huge amounts of damage. Of course, the Shotgun Scouts can be repairing the turret to make it live a bit longer as they output more damage onto those raptors. But they're not doing it, which is a mistake from Herald. Definitely should be. He is winning for the Sergeant. I'm guessing he's going to try and get some sort of near spike going. Let's see. No energy yet. Energy soon. Have the energy now. Near spike goes in. Oh, not a good near spike. Overthrown it. And yeah, none of the raptors die, so that was really quite a bad play. Those scouts should have just been repairing the turret the entire time, and they will actually fire still automatically in the direction that they're facing, which obviously was in the direction of the raptors anyway, so with that turret lasting a little bit longer, perhaps there would have been time to at least wipe a couple of models of those raptors, maybe even just force them off entirely and save the turret. Now there is a Dreadnought out for the Herald, because unfortunately Marine, whilst he has been putting on a lot of VP pressure, he didn't actually put on basically any power farm pressure as far as I'm aware. That is going to bite him in the ass now when he has to fight this Dreadnought. Dreadnought probably should be focusing on the Heretics at least for a couple of swings. That will prop the inspiration buff to your nearby Tactical Marines, and now they're going to be doing a lot more damage. This is where the Dreadnought gets a little bit spooky. Every time he kills a model, these tactics are doing even more damage, so is the Tech Marine, and a massive overcommitment from the Marine there, keeping his KCSM in for far too long. Wait, oh no, they were Heretics. That was the aspiring champion of the Heretic I seen go down. Okay. Well, not quite as big of a loss, but not a great loss either. KCSM just forcing off the attacks here. There's not really a whole lot they can do. Now they will get a bit more help when they have the Shotgun Scouts nearby. Okay, so they're forced off, but there is a triple cap against Herald here. Looks like it's quite easy though to secure this VP and this VP. Hold both of the natural VPs, kind of reminds me of Fedrid Folly in that extent. Not quite as easy as Fedrid Folly because there are definitely a lot more angles that you could be attacked from. It's a bit more open than Fedrid Folly, but there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of stairs that the enemy has to come up, covering a pretty huge area, including 2 VPs. That's kind of crazy, but yeah, they can flank around from the bottom of the road here and around the back if they really want to, so that's important because it means it's harder for Herald to just put down a couple of turrets in the mid-game once he's dominated the military action and win on VPs. I must admit, I've not really seen Herald contest the contested VP much this game, so it makes me wonder, you know, Marine could have easily sent a squad in and got a bit of a gem bash off. A huge mistake for Marine not to have done that this game. Now we do see some Havocs coming out from Marine. They've already been upgraded to their Mark of Zinch, which gives them a las cannon. Obviously that's going to be a hard counter to the Dreadnought and try and zone it a little bit. Tech Marine is putting in a few repairs. Repairing units will actually path block your vehicles, which is something to consider. So I think he's trying to order the Dreadnought to walk forward right now, upwards in that direction through the Tech Marine, but because the Tech Marine is repairing, it won't happen. And that's problematic. He didn't realise that in time, and so the Dreadnought could have come up in support of his range units from the Raptors. That's kind of got another shot in there, but honestly that seems to just deal with the amount of HP that the Tech Marine had already repaired the Dreadnought for anyway. Oh, Havoc's overextending. Yeah, get them back. They don't want to be that close to a Dreadnought. They want to shoot it from afar, not melee the damn thing. Dreadnought level 2. Procs a beautiful special attack there. Finally, Marine retreats that Havoc squad. Getting a Dreadnought of his own out now. It looks like he's starting to become a little bit rank-starved. Not actually placing all the models on that Raptor squad. We have Plasma. Ooh, we got double Plasma from Herald now. Yeah, this is really strong. Because, well, literally all of the units here of Marine are heavy infantry Marines. He doesn't have any Bloodletters, he doesn't have any Heretics, so that Plasma is going to be putting in some gigantic work. Chaos Lord's trying to farm some energy for his Dark Halo as well as get rid of the Tech Marine, but it's a pretty tricky proposition with that Dreadnought there. One more hit from that Dreadnought, oh, and he gets it, takes out that Chaos Lord. Now the Dreadnought can deal with these, oh no. Oh, brutal grenade! Fucking hell. Gibbed that squad of Raptors, and this is the comeback. Is he really gonna just GG out of the game right here? He's got a Dreadnought. That is BM Marine. Play the damn game and shut the fuck up. Alright, well the Loyalist Dreadnought is going to charge into melee. This is a huge mistake because he didn't actually manage to wipe that last cannon. So it's in the back and he's going to be able to snipe this Dreadnought, snaring it with the last cannon. The Chaos Dreadnought needs to force melee onto the Dreadnought. Don't let it escape. It's not even necessary. It's still within the range of the last cannon. So that Dreadnought is taken out. And this is definitely not GG. So that was a fantastic engagement for Herald there. Beautiful retreat, Ned. Now the Dreadnought is going to replace itself. It'll be interesting to see if the Chaos Dreadnought stays with the default mode or if he actually upgrades to the Mark of Tzeentch. What is Marine doing? Has Marine disconnected? Is this the end of it? Shit, man. He's still here. It's alright, boys. He's still here. He's here. He's going to get the Mark of Tzeentch. That's odd. How do you know? Why would you get the Mark of Tzeentch and you haven't even... You just killed his Dreadnought. You haven't seen any other vehicles. Why would you get the Mark of Tzeentch? The Mark of Tzeentch, if you don't know, guys, it's a very hard commitment to anti-vehicle. Because the missile launcher, it misses against infantry basically all of the time. So your only ranged anti-infantry damage is the underslung bolter. And yes, these are level 3 tactical marines, heavy infantry armor, so the underslung bolter doesn't do crazy amounts to them. But as you can see, it's not that good. It's nice, but it's not that good against infantry. Furthermore, the Tzeentch Dreadnought doesn't have any passive melee resistance. Now, the autocannon Dreadnought that we start with passively has 20% damage resistance against melee. So, the Chaos Dreadnought with the missile launcher, the Mark of Tzeentch, very, very dedicated anti-vehicle. The problem is it doesn't actually snare. Whilst its DPS is very good against vehicles, it doesn't snare. So now that the Loyalist Dreadnought is in melee with it, the Chaos Dreadnought is going to get absolutely stomped. Where are the Last Cannon Havocs? The Last Cannon Havocs, for some reason, have not been moved out of the base. That is going to prove absolutely brutal for this Chaos Dreadnought. It's going to get wrecked completely in melee by Herald's Dreadnought, and then the Tech Marine with the Melt Gun is going to do what they can to support him. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if Marine is disconnected or what. It doesn't appear that he has. But I don't know why he isn't moving these two units down here. It isn't like he has a particularly high amount of things to be microing. Maybe he has quit. Maybe Marine just quit the game. But I don't know why he'd do that when there were only 34 VPs left for Herald. This is crazy. What is going on? I don't get it. Does the AI like idle units? Surely not. The AI seems to always be sending units over to Batka. Stand. What is this game? This is the price we pay, guys, to see replays on Fend Unlock. I'm sorry. If you do have any replays on some pretty quirky maps, please do send them in. I'd appreciate that. Tyranids as well. I'm looking for a lot of Tyranid replays. You guys know Tyranids are very rare. Not even 10% of the player base plays bloody Tyranids, so it's a rare commodity is seeing that Tyranid gameplay, and I value it quite highly. I think this game is over. I think Marine has literally quit the game, and this is now the AI or something. So I'm actually going to fast forward and see what happens. I think this is basically it, and Herald wins. I mean, Herald is now tier 3. He's just farming up this area of the map. Yeah, there's only 6 minutes left, and let's see, does Marine even move out? Oh. Yeah, and he's building random power nodes in the mid. This has to be an AI. This has to be an AI. So now Herald is comp stomping an AI. Alright, and he gets Terminators, and that is going to, you know, that's going to secure the deal. So shit, this was a game where the bloody AI took over. I did predict it at the start, didn't I? But I didn't think that this was what was going to happen. I thought Herald was only going to win this game because Marine quit at some point, but Herald made a legitimate comeback. He made a legit comeback, guys, with that Dreadnought and with his Marines, with a beautiful grenade. But unfortunately, yeah, this game is over. All right, fine, fuck. We'll end it there. I do apologise for that, guys. If you have some better replays, please do send them in. The reason I'm casting random replays off of the website is because I don't have many replays to cast right now. And the replays that I do have to cast, oh my god, they're all against Fathom, Zavagal, and Initial Mink. And they're all on Greentooth Gorge, or Ashes of Typhon. And I am so sick of it, and I'm sure you guys are as well. So I need a little bit of diversity. If you have replays to cast, join my Discord. There is a link in the description down below. Then you go to the replay submission part of the Discord, and you drop them in there, and it will be a good time, and I will get that shit cast for you. Otherwise, in order to support the channel, can you please leave a like on these videos, as well as a comment of some sort. That will help us in our eternal war against that algorithm. That is going to be all from your boy Torpid today. Torpid apologising, but nonetheless signing